You know, it's easy to forget about the hardest working appliance in your house. But believe it or not, every single day, your heating and cooling system is fighting a hidden battle just to keep you comfortable. So what's it really up against?
So, what is this battle I'm talking about? Well, the enemies are relentless, and they attack all year round. We're not just talking about simple wear and tear here. We're talking about brutal weather, suffocating humidity, and, get this, even the very structure of your home working against it.
First up, we've got summer. And it's not just the heat, right? It's that oppressive, sticky humidity that forces your air conditioner to work overtime. It's running constantly, not just to cool the air, but to pull all that moisture out so your home doesn't feel like a swamp. And then, just like that, the seasons flip. The enemy becomes that bitter, freezing cold. As the temperatures just plummet, your furnace roars to life, fighting tooth and nail to push back the chill and keep your family warm and safe on those long winter nights. But here's the real kicker. The most surprising adversary might just be your own house. That's right, the very structure that's supposed to protect you can actually work against your comfort system. Now that makes this battle a whole lot more complicated. To really see how this all plays out in the real world, let's take a look at a case study from Cheviot, Ohio. Now, the challenges there are pretty intense, but they're a perfect example of the kinds of problems that homes are facing everywhere. In a place like Cheviot, you're looking at a triple threat. First, you've got these wild weather swings that put constant strain on the equipment. Second, a lot of the homes are older, built back in the 40s and 50s, and many still have the original leaky ductwork. And finally, the clay soil there can actually shift the foundation, bending, crimping, or even disconnecting the ducts that your system completely relies on. Okay, so facing this kind of onslaught, what can you, the homeowner, actually do about it? Well, there's a playbook. It's got 3 main strategies you can use to fight back and win the battle for comfort. First, you've got the emergency fix. This is when your AC dies on the hottest day of the year and you just need help, like right now. Second is the preventive plan. This is all about being proactive, using regular tune-ups to catch small problems before they turn into huge, expensive ones. And third, there's the system upgrade. That's for when you decide it's just time to make a smart, long-term investment in a modern, efficient unit. Now, here's something really important to understand. A lot of the comfort issues you might notice around the house, they're really just symptoms. The real problems, the root causes, are often hidden deep inside your system, and connecting the dots is key. Okay, take this classic complaint. Your house feels muggy and damp even when the AC is blasting. Now, the culprit might be something simple like dirty coils, but it could also be an air conditioner that's actually too powerful for your house. It cools the air so fast it shuts off before it gets a chance to run long enough to pull out all that sticky humidity. Crazy, right? Or, how about this one? Your energy bills just keep creeping up, but you haven't changed a thing. This is a huge red flag for inefficiency. It could be a slow refrigerant leak or dirty parts making the system work way harder than it should. Or it could be leaky ducts that are basically just pumping all your expensive heated or cooled air straight into your attic. And then there's the one that drives families crazy. One room feels like an oven, while another one's an icebox. This almost always points to an air distribution problem. Leaky or totally disconnected ducts are a huge cause, but it can also be a sign that the entire system was just the wrong size for your home from day one. So all of this leads to the big question every homeowner faces eventually. Do you keep sinking money into repairs, or is it finally time to replace the whole thing? It feels like a massive decision, but there's actually a pretty simple way to think about it to help you make the smart financial call. A lot of the time, it really just comes down to some simple math. If your system is under 10 years old and the repair is less than half the cost of a new one, yeah, repairing usually makes sense. When you get into that 10 to 15-year window, it's more of a judgment call. But once you're past 15 years, replacement is almost always the smarter long-term move, especially when you think about the huge energy savings you'll get from a new high-efficiency system. Okay, so whether you decide to repair or replace, you need the job done right. And that means understanding the difference between a quality, professional job and a cheap Band-Aid fix that's just going to cause you more headaches down the road. It all starts with something called a manual J-load calculation. Look, think of it this way. You wouldn't buy shoes without knowing your size, right? It's the same idea. This is a real engineering calculation, not a guess. It figures out the exact size system your home needs by looking at everything. Your windows, your insulation, the whole shebang. Getting this right is absolutely critical to avoid those oversized or undersized systems we were just talking about.
Next up, if a technician is going to handle refrigerant, they are legally required to have an EPA Section 608 certification. This is non-negotiable. It proves they know how to handle these chemicals safely, which protects the environment for sure, but it also protects the most important and expensive part of your system, the compressor.
And finally, all of this is wrapped up in code compliance. I know it sounds like boring red tape, but it's really all about your safety. Following building codes prevents dangerous gas leaks and, crucially, carbon monoxide leaks. It also guarantees your system performs at its peak efficiency. And, yeah, it's the law, verified by permits and inspections that are there to protect you.
So after seeing all the challenges, the symptoms, and the professional standards, it really just leaves us with one final question. I want you to think about your own home for a second. Those weird hot spots, the rooms that are always cold, those rising energy bills. Is your home's comfort system winning its hidden battle? Or is it time to call in some reinforcements?